Hey music theory community, here we have a video concerning dominant seventh chords in first inversion. What we have here is set up treble and bass clef, chorale style. Our key signature is the key of D major, and we have a one chord establishing tonic harmony. Here we have a D in the bass, D in the soprano, we have the third in the alto, and we have the fifth of the chord in the tenor. Now let's look at what a dominant seventh chord is in root position in the key of D major. It's got the fifth, the seventh of the key, the second, and the fourth scale degree. Now a 5-7 chord in first inversion will sit on the seventh scale degree. That would be a C sharp in the key of D major. Now the other tones that we need are the fifth scale degree, the second, and the fourth. So let's look at where to put the fifth scale degree. The fifth scale degree is already existing in the one chord, and we learned that whenever possible we should hold common tones. And there we have our common tone held in the tenor, an A natural. We've exhausted the A, now we're looking at the E and the G. Where can we put the E? Where can we put the G? In the soprano and alto. Again, you want smooth, stepwise motion. So I'd say put the G in the alto, put the E in the soprano. Now you're moving up in parallel sixths, which is pleasing motion. We learned that thirds and sixths and tenths make for good, smooth, parallel motion. Again, you want to avoid your fifth and your octave, of course. Now let's look at resolving this chord. Let's look at the tendency tones. Again, the leading tone we know needs to resolve upward, so the leading tone should resolve to the D natural, 1. And then the seventh of the chord is where? What is the seventh above the, what is the seventh in the key of D? What is the seventh in a 5-7? It's got to be the G natural. So the seventh is the G. The G is the seventh of the chord. It's the fourth scale degree, and that one needs immediate resolution down. So the only choice for the G natural is to resolve down to the F sharp. The E is the second scale degree, and in a 5-7 chord, that second scale degree has the option of resolving down to the tonic or back up to the third. What about the A? The A holds. It's a common tone. It exists also in the one chord. So now we're going to decide, are we going to double up on the third or go to the root? We have two options. In this case, let's go to the root and we'll move in parallel sixths again. Again, the other option would have been to open up to the F sharp. And then you can have an octave here, and then you'll have the third scale degree on top. Okay, so we had two options in this case. So let's deconstruct the 5-7 chord in first inversion. Again, it sits on the seventh scale degree. It's got the fifth scale degree that should be held as a common tone over from the one chord. It's got the seventh of the 5-7 chord, which is the fourth scale degree, and it's got the second scale degree. This chord is said to sit in 6-5 position. Here is the sixth above the bass, and where is the fifth above the C sharp? It's the E. So this chord sits in 6-5 position, and that indicates that it's a 5-7 chord in first inversion. Now let's look at this chord in action. So here's our one chord. Here's our 5-7 chord. And there's a resolution to the one chord. Now in block chord formation, let's isolate the tendency tones, which are the leading tone. Here is Do, Ti. The leading tone wants to resolve upward. Let's focus on the seventh of the 5-7 chord, which is Mi, Fa, Mi. And that's your seventh needing resolution down. So one more time without me singing. And again, the other option would have been to double up on the third of the key. So that would have been the other option. Okay, music theory community. Looking forward to having more videos come up soon. Take care.